Introduction. Why some people get everything they want. In every room, in every workplace, in every social gathering, there are always a few people who stand out. Not because they are the most beautiful, not because they're the richest, not because they are the smartest. They stand out because they understand the silent language of human connection. They walk in confidently. They smile warmly. They look into your eyes as if they've known you forever. And within seconds, you feel comfortable with them. You feel drawn to them. You feel like you can trust them. But here is the truth the author reveals. These people are not born this way. They simply know 92 small psychological techniques, little tricks that turn ordinary conversations into deep connections, tiny gestures that make you memorable, simple habits that make people like you, respect you, and follow you. This book is not about manipulation. It's about understanding human behavior and using that understanding to build genuine relationships. And in the next 25 minutes, you will learn every powerful insight you need from How to Talk to Anyone by Lael Lowndes. Let's begin. Part 1. How to intrigue people without saying a word. Before you speak a single word, your body, your face, your presence has already spoken for you. A first impression is created in 7 seconds, and in those 7 seconds, people decide whether you are confident, trustworthy, interesting, or forgettable. This part of the book teaches you how to leave a powerful impression without even opening your mouth. Technique 1, the flooding smile. The author says a normal smile is fast, automatic, almost mechanical, but a flooding smile is slow, warm, personal. When you meet someone, don't smile instantly. Pause for half a second, look at them, and then let your smile slowly spread across your face as if it's meant only for them. This tiny delay makes your smile look sincere. It makes the other person feel special, chosen. It's one of the most powerful non-verbal signals of warmth. Technique 2, sticky eyes. People who are confident don't look away quickly. They hold eye contact just a second longer than everyone else. Not in a creepy way, but in a way that says, I am fully present. I am listening. You matter. Sticky eye contact signals intelligence, confidence, trust, emotional depth, and it instantly makes conversations meaningful. Technique 3, epoxy eyes. Imagine you're in a group conversation. Several people are talking, but the person you want to connect with is sitting across from you. Most people look around randomly, but charismatic people do something different. They keep their eyes mostly on the person they want to bond with, even when someone else is talking. This sends a powerful subconscious message. You are the person I'm most interested in. This works in business, and it works beautifully in romance. Technique 4, hang by your teeth. Your posture tells people who you are before you even speak. The author gives a brilliant trick. Imagine a hook pulling your head gently upward, as if you're hanging from your teeth. Instantly, your spine straightens, your shoulders open, and your presence becomes strong. Good posture quietly says, I am confident and in control. Technique 5, the big baby pivot. When someone comes towards you, don't just turn your head, turn your entire body towards them. Babies do this naturally, and it makes adults feel important. When you pivot fully, you signal, you have my full attention. This creates instant liking. Technique 6, hello old friend. Imagine meeting every stranger as if they were an old friend you are happy to see again. Your face becomes warmer, your voice becomes richer, your energy becomes more inviting. People can feel this, and they respond with equal warmth. Technique 7, limit the fidget. Powerful people move less. They are calm, controlled, still. Fidgeting, tapping, scratching, adjusting clothing is a sign of nervousness. Stillness communicates authority. Technique 8, Hansel and Gretel, breadcrumbs. Throughout a conversation, drop tiny signals that you're following along. Soft nods, leaning slightly forward, raised eyebrows, small smiles. These are connection breadcrumbs. They tell the other person, I'm with you. Technique 9, the exclusive smile. When you're with a group, smile at everyone. But let your smile last 1 extra second on the person you want to bond with. This creates a secret moment of connection that only the two of you understand. 2, how to talk to anyone after high, conversation mastery, and psychological triggers. When two people meet, the first few seconds create the impression, but the next few minutes decide the connection. Most conversations fail not because people lack words, but but because they don't understand what makes people open up emotionally. Part 2 of the book reveals how to turn small talk into real talk and how to make people feel seen. Let's begin. Technique 10, never the naked intro. A naked introduction is plain and empty. This is John. This is Neha. This is my friend. It tells nothing. It creates nothing. But a decorated introduction adds value to the person being introduced. This is John. He's the guy who can fix anything with a computer. This is Neha, the most organized person I've ever met. The moment you introduce someone with a compliment, you raise their value in the room and they instantly like you for it. Because the fastest way to make someone feel good is to make them look good in front of others. Technique 11, the swiveling spotlight. Imagine a spotlight on a stage. Most people try to keep that spotlight on themselves. They interrupt, they take over the conversation, they jump into their own stories. But the charismatic person gently swivels the spotlight onto the other person. How did that happen? What was that like for you? That sounds interesting. Tell me more. People love those who make them feel lovable. When you shine the spotlight on them, they feel appreciated, respected, understood, and they associate those emotions with you. Technique 12, the parrot principle. This technique is shockingly simple and unbelievably effective. Just repeat the last 2 or 3 words the other person says. Then I've been learning photography lately. You photography lately? Then yeah, it started during a trip I took to the mountains. And they continue. People open up when they feel their words matter. Repeating their words is like handing them a gentle invitation. Go on, I'm listening. This trick works in deep conversations, awkward moments, first meetings, even arguments. Technique 13, the encore. This is one of the warmest social behaviors. When someone tells you something interesting, ask them tell it again or expand on it. That part was great. Say that again. What happened next? How did you manage that? People love the feeling that their words were memorable. When you ask for an encore, you are telling them, I valued what you said. And this creates deep emotional bonding. Technique 14, kill the what do you do boring answer. People often hate answering what do you do because the answers sound dull. I'm an accountant. I work in sales. I'm a student. But the author teaches your job title is boring. Your mission is interesting. Don't say, I'm a nutritionist. Say, I help people feel better by fixing what they eat. Don't say, I'm a teacher. Say, I help kids fall in love with science. Add a little story, a little magic, and people will always remember you. Technique 15, expand their topics. Don't switch them. Bad conversationalists switching topics. Person A, I love hiking. Person B, oh cool, I love movies. Conversation dead. Good conversationalists go deeper. You love hiking? What's your favourite trail? How often do you go? What's the best place you've been to? Depth creates connection, not topic changes. Technique 16, the broken conversation detector, also called rescuing a dying conversation. Sometimes a conversation dies quietly. Short replies, forced smiles, long pauses. To revive it, use open-ended questions. What do you like most about it? How did you get into it? What's something people misunderstand about your field? Open-ended questions pull the conversation upward again like oxygen returning to a flame. Technique 17. The mood mirror. Humans connect with people whose emotional energy matches theirs. If someone is excited, lift your energy. If someone is tired, soften your tone. If someone is sad, slow down and be gentle. When you match someone's emotional temperature, you're telling their subconscious, you understand me. And understanding is the foundation of trust. Technique 18, encourage stories, not facts. People don't bond over facts. They bond over stories. Instead of asking, how was your trip? Ask, what was your favourite moment from the trip? What surprised you the most? Stories create emotion. Emotion creates memory. Memory creates connection. Technique 19. Use I noticed instead of questions, a powerful trick to avoid boring questions. Instead of, do you like your job? Say, I noticed the way you talk about your job. You seem really passionate. This makes people feel seen, not interrogated. Technique 20. The compliment with curiosity. A great formula. Give a compliment plus ask a curious follow-up. Example, you seem very organized. Have you always had that skill? This makes your compliment look real, not fake flattery. How to talk like a VIP, how influential people speak, think, and connect. When you listen to powerful people speak, you'll notice something unusual. They don't talk fast. They don't talk loud. They don't throw complicated words. Their real power lies in their presence, their confidence, and their ability to make others feel respected. This part of the book teaches you the psychology behind sounding like a leader, even if you're just starting in life. Let's begin. Technique 21. Stop vocabulary. Avoid negative or filler words. Every time someone says, basically, like their authority falls. And every time someone says, I can't, I don't know, I'm not sure, their confidence disappears. Lael Lowndes says, remove weak words, speak clean, speak sharp, speak certain. People judge your confidence not just by what you say, but by how smoothly you say it. Technique 22. The implied intelligence phrases. Smart speakers don't show off. They don't brag. They simply sound thoughtful. The author shares small, subtle phrases that make you sound intelligent without trying. I'm curious. I'm wondering. I'd love your perspective on this. That's interesting. What led you to that idea? These phrases do two powerful things. One, they make the other person feel respected. Two, they make you sound thoughtful and emotionally mature. Technique 23, the go first rule. When someone feels shy or nervous, powerful communicators take the lead, not by dominating the conversation, but by gently opening the door. They offer the first smile, the first warm comment, the first friendly tone. This encourages the other person to relax and open up. Leadership in communication is simply the courage to go first. Technique 24, don't announce your similarities. Let them discover them. Imagine telling someone, oh my God, we're so alike. It sounds forced or even fake, but when people discover similarities on their own, it creates magic. Instead of saying, I also love traveling, say, where did you travel last? What places are on your list? Let them find the common ground. When someone says, no way, I like that too, that connection is 10x stronger because they discovered it, not you. Technique 25, read body language before you speak. Before you even respond to someone, observe their energy, pace, posture, tone, emotion. This tells you how to speak. If they're quiet, soften your energy. If they're excited, lift your tone. Matching someone's energy is the fastest way to make them feel safe with you. Technique 26. Silence is a VIP skill. Average people fear silence. They try to fill every gap, but confident people use silence as a tool. They pause before speaking. They breathe between sentences. They let their words land slowly. Silence shows, I'm in no rush. I speak with intention. And that is the sound of authority. Technique 27, the power pause. Before answering a question, pause for 1 second. This tiny pause makes your answer feel thoughtful, well-constructed, and confident. Psychologically, people believe those who think before speaking are more intelligent. Technique 28, never correct people unless necessary. Correcting someone is like saying, I'm smarter than you. It makes people defensive. Only correct someone if it truly matters. A serious fact, a misunderstanding, or harm. Otherwise, let small mistakes go. Preserve the relationship, not the accuracy. Technique 29, use storytelling. Not information dumping, facts tell. Stories sell. When you speak in stories, people listen, people remember, people connect. The book explains that stories activate the emotional brain, the part responsible for bonding. You don't need long stories. Even a 10-second story makes your message powerful. Technique 30, speak to VIPs like they are normal people. When people meet someone powerful, a CEO, a celebrity, a rich person, they either become nervous or overly respectful. Both kill connection. The author says, talk to VIPs with the same calm confidence you'd use with anyone else. Powerful people like those who don't worship them. Technique 31, never brag. Let your achievements appear naturally. When you brag, people admire your success but dislike you. When your achievements appear naturally, people admire both your success and your personality. The author suggests subtle ways to reveal your accomplishments without sounding boastful, like telling a story or sharing an experience where the achievement appears indirectly. Technique 32, be the person who lifts the room. Some people drain energy, some people add energy. Charismatic people walk in and bring positivity, make others feel calm, show genuine curiosity, make everyone feel included. This is not about being loud, it's about having a warm presence. When people feel good around you, they always want you around. Technique 33 to 37. Summary, short highlights. These techniques deepen your charisma. Match vocabulary, use similar words as the other person. Use humor gently, don't force jokes. Avoid gossip. People don't trust gossipers. Don't rush answers. Slow equals confident. Be present, no phone checking, no distractions. Together, these habits make you sound like someone people naturally respect. Be an insider in any crowd, how to walk into any group and instantly feel like you belong. Every social group, every profession, every circle of friends has its own invisible language. A set of words, a style of speaking, a rhythm of conversation, a way people connect. If you understand this hidden language, you can walk into any room and immediately feel like an insider. This part of the book reveals how to blend in with any crowd, business, creative, social, intellectual, without faking, without pretending. Let's begin. Technique 38. Become a modern Renaissance person. People who connect easily have one superpower. They know a little bit about a lot of things. You don't need to be an expert. You only need to recognize what others are talking about. Read headlines, follow trends, know what's happening in your city, understand basic sports, know a few movie names, be aware of global news, learn simple facts about technology and culture, just enough to speak their language. Being well-rounded makes you magnetic in conversations. People love those who can talk about more than one thing. Technique 39, read what they read. Every industry has its own sources. Entrepreneurs read business magazines, doctors read medical journals, designers follow creative blogs, investors check financial news, students follow trending topics on social media. If you want to impress someone from their industry, read the things they read. Not deeply, just enough to say, oh yes, I heard about that, or that trend is growing fast, right? People trust those who understand their world. When you speak someone's industry language, they feel aligned with you instantly. Technique 40. Hit their hot button. Every profession has certain words that trigger excitement. Say these words and people instantly feel you understand them. For example, with photographers, composition, lighting, frame, editing style. With business people, scale length, market trends, ROI. With fitness lovers, form, reps, macros, progressive overload. With gamers, FPS, co-op, strategy, updates. These small terms make you sound like someone who gets it. Hot button words create instant insider bonding. Technique 41. Ask smart insider questions. Inside every person is a story waiting to be unlocked. Average people ask, what do you do? Where do you work? Charismatic people ask, what got you into this? What do you enjoy the most about it? What's something people misunderstand about your field? What's a moment you're proud of? These questions go deeper. They reveal passion, purpose, background, and emotions. And when you ask smart questions, people see you as someone worth talking to. Technique 42. Become culturally intelligent. Every culture has its own gestures, greetings, tone, humor, comfort zones. What is normal in one culture might be rude in another. Cultural intelligence means you adapt without losing yourself. If someone prefers space, give space. If someone prefers warmth, give warmth. If someone prefers formality, respect it. If someone prefers informality, relax with them. People bond fast with those who understand their world. Technique 3. Observe before you participate. When you enter a new group, don't jump in immediately. Observe first. How are people speaking? Are they loud or calm? Are they formal or relaxed? Are they joking or serious? Mirroring the energy of the group makes you blend in naturally. You become part of the rhythm. And once you match their rhythm, you feel like one of us instead of someone new. Technique 44. Know the group's unspoken rules. Every group has unspoken rules. When to speak, how long to speak, what tone to use, what topics are safe, what topics are dangerous. These rules are invisible, but you can sense them if you observe closely. Follow the rules and you fit in effortlessly. Break them and you feel like an outsider. Understanding social rules gives you silent power. Human beings are deeply emotional creatures. We trust people who feel familiar. We open up to those who feel similar, and we bond fastest with those who feel like us. This part of the book teaches the hidden science of emotional mirroring, how to make someone feel deep inside that the two of you are perfectly aligned. Let's begin. Technique 45, match their mood. We often think connection happens through words, but real connection happens through energy. If someone is excited, raise your energy. If someone is calm, slow down. If someone is thoughtful, soften your tone. When you align your emotional energy with the other person, their subconscious mind whispers, "You understand me, you're like me," and this creates trust faster than anything you can say. Technique 46, mirror their pace. Every person has a natural pace in how they talk, move, breathe, and respond. Some talk quickly, some talk slowly, some take long pauses, some interrupt passionately. And here's the secret. We like people whose pace matches ours. This is why couples who have been together for years walk at the same speed, finish each other's sentences, and use the same rhythm. Pace mirroring builds subconscious rapport. Technique 47, sync your vocabulary. Listen carefully to the types of words they use. Do they say, "I feel like," or "I think that," or "I believe," or "I guess"? Some are emotional speakers, some are logical, some are visual, "I see what you mean." Some are auditory, "That sounds right." Some are physical, "That feels correct." Match their style. When you use the same vocabulary pattern, they feel understood because the conversation feels familiar. Technique 48. Acknowledge their feelings before you respond. Most people listen just to reply, but charismatic people listen to understand the emotion behind the words. Before responding, say things like, "That must have been difficult. That sounds exciting. I can imagine how good that felt. That must have surprised you." When you acknowledge feelings, people feel emotionally safe with you, and emotional safety is the deepest form of connection. Technique 49. Find shared experiences. People bond through similarities, not differences. Instead of trying to impress someone with your achievements, find small shared human experiences. That happened to me too once. I know that feeling. I've been in a similar situation. Shared experiences create instant emotional bridges. The connection becomes personal, not just conversational. Technique 50. Build tiny inside jokes. You don't need long stories to create connection. Even a small inside joke, something only the two of you understand, forms a private world between you and them. It could be a funny moment you shared, a mispronounced word, a silly coincidence, a comment that made both of you laugh. When someone shares an inside joke with you, you become part of their inner circle, and people stick to those who make them feel special. Technique 51. Mirror their confidence level. If someone is shy or nervous, be gentle. Be encouraging. Don't overpower them. Let them warm up. If someone is confident and expressive, match their energy, not by competing, but by aligning. Mirroring confidence level creates harmony in the conversation. Technique 52. Become emotionally predictable. People trust those who behave in consistent, stable ways. When your tone is stable, your reactions are calm, your energy is balanced, people subconsciously feel safe around you. When you're emotionally predictable, others feel they can open up without being judged or surprised. This makes you someone people naturally gravitate toward. Technique 53. Create a microbond in the first 30 seconds. In the first half minute, use these 3 subtle behaviors: a warm, delayed smile, a gentle head tilt, soft, sustained eye contact. This trio forms a silent emotional signature. I am safe, I am warm, you can trust me. With this, you form instant rapport. The rest of the conversation flows naturally. Praise is one of the most beautiful things in human connection. People blossom when they are appreciated. They open up, they trust more, they feel seen. But here's the problem. Most compliments fail, not because they are wrong, but because they lack soul. They sound mechanical, predictable, forced. The author teaches a different kind of praise that feels honest, thoughtful, and unforgettable. Let's explore. Technique 54. The VIP compliment. A VIP compliment is not about looks, not about clothes, not about something temporary. It's about appreciating something deeply personal, something emotional, something that reflects who they are. For example, you have a calming presence. I love how passionate you are when you talk. You listen in a way most people never do. You have a very kind energy. People rarely hear such compliments. That's why they treasure them. Technique 55, compliment the effort, not the achievement anybody can say, you're talented. But a powerful compliment is, I admire the work you put into this. Talent is luck. Effort is character. When you praise effort, you respect the person behind the achievement, not just the result. Technique 56. Give third-party compliments. Let someone hear your praise from someone else. Example, you tell a mutual friend, Rohit is one of the most reliable people I've met. Eventually it reaches Rohit. People believe compliments more when they come indirectly. It feels real, pure, unforced. Technique 53 is what they pride themselves on. Everyone has something they privately feel proud of. Maybe it's their creativity, their discipline, their punctuality, their humor, their kindness, or their courage. If you recognize that quality and praise it, it hits them right in the heart because you didn't just see the surface, you saw their essence. Technique 58, use micro compliments. These are tiny, subtle praises that don't sound like praise at all, but feel warm. You explain things very clearly. That was thoughtful. You always remember details. That makes sense. You're smart like that. Micro compliments keep the conversation glowing without making things too heavy. Technique 59, the killer compliment. A killer compliment is one a person will remember for years. It's rare, personal, purely emotional. It shows that you see something in them that most people overlook. Example, you make people feel safe around you. You bring peace into every room you enter. You have leadership in your eyes, not loud but calm. These compliments go straight into the heart, and they stay there forever. Technique 60, praise at the right moment. Timing is everything. Praise someone when they look unsure, they feel insecure, they doubt themselves, or they feel unnoticed. At that moment, your words become healing. They remember it. They remember you. Technique 61, praise their loved ones. This is deep psychology. If you want someone to feel warm toward you, praise the people they care about. You have such a wonderful family. Your friend is lucky to have you. Your team clearly respects you. This shows you respect what they value most. Phone presence. Sound warm, confident, and memorable. How to build connection when your voice is your entire personality. A phone call is a strange thing. The other person cannot see your smile, your posture, your expressions, or your eyes. Everything they feel about you comes through one single channel, your voice. But here's the secret. Your voice carries your emotions. It carries your confidence. It carries your warmth. This part of the book teaches how to use your voice as a powerful tool of connection. Technique 62. Start with a sunshine tone. Most people answer the phone with a flat, dull, tired voice, but charismatic communicators speak the first 3 seconds with a warm, smiling tone, as if sunshine just entered the room. Hey, good to hear you. Hi, I'm glad you called. It's nice to hear your voice. Your opening tone sets the emotional climate for the entire call. Technique 63. Use the smiling voice. You may not realize this, but people can hear your smile. When you physically smile, your voice becomes warmer, softer, brighter, more inviting. This instantly makes the other person feel comfortable and appreciated. Even professional customer support agencies train their staff to smile because it changes the entire call. Technique 64. Match their energy, not yours. If someone picks up the phone tired, don't overwhelm them. If someone is excited, don't sound low. A great communicator adjusts energy based on the other person's emotional tone. This shows empathy and creates instant comfort. Technique 65. Use their name like music. Your voice creates magic when you say someone's name with softness and warmth. Ria, I wanted to ask you something. Arjun, you'll like this. A person's name is the sweetest sound in their ears. Use it gently, not repeatedly, just enough to create closeness. Technique 66. The phone lean-in technique. Physical distance does not exist on a call, but emotional distance does. Lean slightly forward while speaking on the phone. This naturally makes your tone sound more engaged and attentive. Your body posture affects your voice. Technique 67. Avoid the dead air moments. Silence on calls feels heavier than silence in real life. If you need time to think, say, give me a second, I'm thinking, or let me check that. This keeps the emotional connection alive. Technique 68. End calls with warmth. Most people end calls abruptly. Okay, bye. All right then. Okay. But the ending is the emotional signature of the call. Always end warmly. It was really good talking to you. Take care of yourself. Call me if you ever need anything. People remember endings more than beginnings. Technique 69, voicemail with a smile. Even your voicemail is part of your personality. Speak as if you're talking to a real person, not a machine. Warm, short, clear. Hey, this is Cor. Sorry I missed your call. Leave a message. I'll get back to you soon. This creates trust and professionalism. Technique 70, make people feel missed, not interrupted. When you return someone's call, say, I'm glad you called earlier, not I missed your call. One phrase feels warm, the other sounds routine. Words create emotion. Emotion creates connection. Working a party like a politician, how to stand out effortlessly in groups, gatherings, and social events. Great communicators don't just talk well. They move well, they enter well, they mix well. They don't wait for people to talk to them. They create an energy that pulls people in like a quiet magnet. In this section, Lael Lowndes reveals how politicians glide through a room, shaking hands, building warmth, leaving everyone feeling valued. Let's explore the techniques. Technique 71, make a grand, warm entrance. When you walk into a room, you don't have to be loud, you just have to be present. Pause at the door. Look around with a soft smile. Absorb the room. Let your energy settle. This creates a moment where the room notices you, even if no one looks directly at you. It's a calm, confident entrance. Technique 72, don't bolt into the room. Glide in. Rushing into a room makes you look nervous or lost. Gliding slowly makes you look calm and powerful. The way you enter is the first message you send. Enter with grace. Move with intention. Let your presence fill the space. Technique 73, the host mindset. Even if you're not the host, behave like one. Politicians do this everywhere. They make others feel welcome. Hey, how are you enjoying the event? Have you tried the food? It's great. What brings you here today? Acting like a host makes you look confident, friendly, and socially dominant, and people naturally gravitate towards you. Technique 74. Be the conversation bridge. When two people meet through you, you become memorable. Instead of simply introducing names, create a bridge. This is Raj. He just got back from Thailand. And this is Aisha. She loves traveling too. You give them something to start talking about. People love those who help them connect effortlessly. Technique 75. Use the movers and shakers strategy. In any party, there is a small group of people who set the energy of the room. You don't need to be part of them, but you should know who they are. Observe who is laughing, who is gathering people, who is talking with confidence. Approach them calmly. Join the circle with a smile. Let your presence adapt. Being near the energy group positions you socially. Technique 76. Exit conversations gracefully. Leaving a conversation is an art. The worst exits are, okay, I'm leaving. All right, bye. A graceful exit creates warmth. It was lovely talking to you. I'm going to greet a few more people, but let's continue this later. Or, I'm glad we met. I'll come back after I check on someone. This keeps the connection alive without feeling abrupt. Technique 77. Leave people feeling important. Before you walk away, say something that makes them feel special. I'm really glad we talked. You're a very interesting person. I learned something new from you today. These small statements make your presence unforgettable. People never forget how you made them feel. And if you make them feel important, they'll remember you long after you leave the room. Handling difficult people and emotional intelligence, how to stay calm, gain respect, and control tough situations. No matter how good you are with people, you will still encounter rude individuals, insecure people, aggressive personalities, emotional reactors, jealous or negative ones. You cannot control how they behave, but you can control your response. This part of the book teaches how to remain graceful, calm, and powerful even when the situation isn't. Let's begin. Technique 78, don't react to small insults. Let small things slide. Not every comment deserves your energy. People often throw small insults, sarcasm, light teasing, unnecessary comments. The worst thing you can do is jump into defense mode. The best thing you can do is let it pass through you like wind. When you react less, you look stronger. When you react to everything, you look fragile. Technique 79, help people, save face. When someone makes a mistake, don't embarrass them. Don't call them out publicly. Don't expose them harshly. Don't attack their ego. Instead, give them a way to escape gracefully. Say things like, it's okay. We all do that sometimes. No worries, it happens. Let's fix it together. When you protect someone's dignity, you earn their lifelong respect. Technique 80. Use softening phrases before hard truths. Most people deliver truth like a punch. You're wrong. You should have done this. That's a bad idea. But charismatic communicators use softeners. I might be wrong, but here's something to consider. Maybe we can try this instead. This keeps the conversation smooth while still delivering the truth. People listen better when they don't feel attacked. Hack Technique 81. Let angry people vent. Don't interrupt. When someone is angry, their brain is not listening. It's exploding. Interrupting makes it worse. Instead, let them release their emotion. Stay calm, stay silent, let them get everything out. Then respond softly. I hear you. Let's figure this out. I understand why you feel that way. Your calmness becomes their anchor. Technique 82. Disarm anger with unexpected kindness. When someone expects a fight and instead receives kindness, their anger melts. For example, I appreciate you telling me how you feel. Thank you for being honest. I know this was hard to say. This surprises them. It diffuses the tension. It shifts the energy. Kindness is not weakness, it's emotional intelligence. Technique 83. Use the broken record in arguments. When someone keeps arguing aggressively, don't escalate. Instead, calmly repeat your position with the same soft tone. For example, I understand, but I can't do that. I get it, but my answer is the same. I hear you, but I've made my decision. No anger, no explanation, just steady repetition. Eventually they stop, because you're unshakable. Technique 84. Give people a reputation to live up to. If someone behaves badly, don't label them with negativity. Give them a positive identity to match. You're usually so patient. I know this situation is frustrating. I admire your fairness. That's why I want your opinion. You're one of the calmest people I know. Help me understand this. People rise to the reputation you give them. Technique 85. Avoid dangerous topics with grace. There are some conversations that explode easily. Politics, religion, money, personal choices, criticism of family, gossip. Great communicators know how to steer the conversation away without making it awkward. That's interesting. By the way, did you hear about I respect all views. My experience has been different though. Grace saves connection. Technique 86. Acknowledge before disagreeing. Never disagree immediately. It feels confrontational. First acknowledge, I see your point. That's a valid perspective. I understand why you think that. Then share your opinion softly. This keeps respect intact and avoids emotional explosion. Technique 87. The for the sake of the relationship line. If things get heated, say, let's not hurt each other. For the sake of our relationship, let's calm down. This line resets emotions and reminds both people that the relationship is more important than the argument. Technique 88. Don't let people walk all over you. Kindness doesn't mean you tolerate everything. Use boundaries. I can't continue this conversation if it's disrespectful. I value you, but I need to protect my peace. I'm willing to talk when we're both calmer. This is calm strength, the highest form of power. Technique 89. Use warmth, firmness together. Powerful communicators are not harsh or cold. They are warm but strong. I understand your point, but my decision is final. This combination makes people respect you and still feel connected. Technique 90. Turn enemies into allies. Sometimes people dislike you not because of who you are, but because of who they think you are. Show small acts of kindness. Greet them warmly. Appreciate something about them. Ask for their opinion. Give them respect. Slowly, the wall breaks, and your worst critics can become your strongest supporters. Technique 91. Know when to walk away. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every person is worth pleasing. Sometimes the best communication is silence. Distance. Letting go. Walking away is not losing. It's protecting your emotional space. Technique 92. Leave every situation with class. Whether it's a breakup, a conflict, a disagreement, or a misunderstanding, end it with dignity. I wish you well. Thank you for your time. I hope things work out for you. Class leaves a long-lasting impression long after the moment has passed. And final message, the heart of the book. Every technique in this book leads to one beautiful truth. People don't remember your words. They remember how you made them feel. If you make people feel valued, understood, respected, safe, appreciated, they will love talking to you. They will trust you. They will open doors for you. They will follow you. They will remember you. Mastering communication is mastering life, and you now hold 95% of the wisdom of this entire book in your hands and in your heart.